Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we are here for race number 3 in the American Stock Car Racing League here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola Cup Series. If you were with us last week, you know that we had a bit of controversy at the end of the race. Well, we do have the league president, if you're okay with that title, here to explain what went down at Rockingham last week.
Okay, so pretty much what happened, just in quick terms, that when the 43 spun out and the caution was called, the 43 was actually a lap down. So since he was the cause of the yellow, he should not have actually gotten his lap back, and it should have actually put him on 1 lap down, if not 2 laps down. So the race should have been between the 51 and 19. So race win was awarded to Andrew Miller after that.
And he starts on the outside pole for this race and is our points leader. So thank you, Tristan, for letting us know officially what happened. So Andrew Miller is the points leader. 346 points towards the championship for him. Roger A., Tyler Mallon, both 1 point behind. Tristan Allen, who is not participating in the rest of the season, is 10 points behind. Carter Friesen and Seth Cole are pole sitter, both 31 points behind. Johnny Gardner, 41 points behind. Cole Baker, 56 points behind. Phil Parker, Nick Gunther, 66 points behind. And Rob Evans and Preston Plord is also in this race. I believe they are both going to be 212 points behind. Remember, we do use the original NASCAR points format for this series, so that's why Andrew Miller has 346 points coming into this race here at Las Vegas. 54 laps of action. Seth Cole and Andrew Miller on the front row. Got Roger Ray and Johnny Gardner in row 2. Tyler Mallon and the 85 machine of Carter Friesen in row number 3. And then the 43 of Tyler Mallon. Actually, the 18 is Cole Baker, but he's got the Bobby Labonte scheme. There are 2 Bobby Labonte schemes. Who cares? We're green flag racing at Las Vegas in the American Stock Car Racing League, and Seth Cole with the big jump on the start. Roger Ray to the inside. And Miller falling back in the 19, last week's winner. There's Rob Evans. We were unable to download the paint scheme for him, and in the wall, somebody! And it was Johnny Gardner. And I don't know if this is going to cause a caution or a reset, but Gardner with a huge issue, and the yellow is out. Miller ended up hitting him pretty hard there, and they did decide to reset the race for the number 1 of Johnny Gardner.
That was the one and only restart.
That is, as Tristan said, the one and only restart that we will have in the event. So, not an official start. That give us some more time to clarify the starting lineup here tonight with Seth Cole on the pole in the number 25. Andrew Miller is second. Roger Ray and the one of Johnny Gardner will be starting alongside each other in row number 2. Then it's Cole Baker is driving the 18. I call that Tyler Mallon. He always drives the Bobby Labonte schemes. Well, he's in the other Bobby Labonte scheme. He's alongside Carter Friesen in row number 3. Then we have Tyler Mallon and the 24 of Preston Plord, Rob Evans starting last. Mine and Tristan's cars are supposed to be... They're technically in row number 5 right now, so that's why there's a bit of a gap right there at the moment. But 9 drivers entering today's event. We were unable to download Rob Evans' scheme. I got to tell you, I went from the dentist to being here so quick. It's unbelievable, but I had everything set up, and we should be good to go for tonight's event from Las Vegas. 54 laps, like I said. We'll go around once again and take the green flag. And maybe it'll be a little bit more orderly this time. An issue on Johnny Gardner on the first attempt of the race, and we are past that point, so whatever happens on this attempt will stay. And I see Johnny Gardner there starting in the 4th position. He went around somehow. We weren't focusing on it, but it doesn't really matter because they are going to restart anyway. So, Seth Cole is starting on the pole. And a bit of an interesting strategy at Rockingham last week. Didn't really pay off for him that well, but he was definitely pretty fast in qualifying. He might be the guy to beat here today at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Remember, this is not a fixed setup series, so all these guys have different setups on their race cars, and because of that, some guys might end up being faster than others. And Seth Cole was significantly faster than some other guys in the qualifying session. He alongside points leader Andrew Miller on the front row. So he gets it done here tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the American Stock Car Racing League Coca-Cola Cup Series. So now the official start of the race. Seth Cole, Andrew Miller, we're Green Flag Racing in Sin City. Another yellow. And this time it's Rob Evans, but I don't believe we're going to reset it, as Tristan said. And yes, it has a night sky. Somebody else around, Preston Plord. Through turn number 3, and Seth Cole went around as well. And I do believe they might be resetting it once again. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here. They're not being too clean out there on the racetrack. Colt Baker and Tyler Mallon have pulled away, and I'm wondering if they are going to reset it. Because, like, 4 guys went around there. Seth Cole with a bit of damage. Roger Ray in the 51. There's Johnny Gardner. I think Gardner might have had an issue that caused the accident. And I believe this is it, so it is going to stay this way. So, Seth Cole is very loose, apparently. He is not getting the grip on that race car any way he'd like to. And it might be a very slick racetrack out there for these guys here tonight. So, very, very interesting scenario what we saw there on that first lap. But the caution is out. We're not resetting. Rob Evans coming down, Roger Ray coming down, and Seth Cole upholstered with major damage. We're going to go ahead and see what happened to him. Because Rob Evans went around initially. Seth Cole went around again under the cooldown lap. Oh yeah, he just loses it. Oh wow. Right in front of Roger Ray, and then the one of Johnny Gardner got right into him. So that's what happened there. We saw what happened to Preston Plord earlier on. And then Rob Evans in the 8 machine. I think he just went around as well. Yep, just lost it. Got into the outer groove. Andrew Miller tapped him, and they both went in the outside wall. Very slick racetrack. We'll see what happened to Seth Cole again. Number 25, and Cole Baker almost hit the outside wall there. Cole just lost it off the corner. Roger Ray tried to avoid him, and that's why Roger Ray went around. And after all that, Cole Baker wins the race back. So, that's what we got right now. And Cole Baker is still the leader here at Las Vegas with Tyler Mallon, Carter Friesen. These guys are coming down the pit lane right here. Andrew Miller, Preston Plord, Seth Cole. Over half of the field has already been involved in an accident in this race, and we're only on lap 3. This online race is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Not really, but we just put their logo there on the ticker for everyone to see because, hey, this is the Coca-Cola Cup Series, so why not? But, yeah, we're going to have some interesting interviews at the end of the event. I believe everybody's still going to continue. I know Johnny Gardner ended up hitting Seth Cole significantly, and now Andrew Miller took a hard hit to Rob Evans. But other than that, we should be pretty good to go for everybody to continue in this race. Seth Cole or pole sitter, that's a tough one for him. He was leading, and he spun the thing right around off of turn 4. Really loose out there here tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And I would like to mention, you know, we got the night sky, but, you know, on the racetrack, it obviously is during the day. That's the shared folder that Seth gives us for the online races. I don't know why it's like that. If Seth could explain, I'd appreciate it. But I know what, that's just the way it goes. And with Rob Evans, we just didn't have the paint scheme downloaded, unfortunately. And I didn't have the time to. But we know that's Rob Evans there, the number 8. And hopefully he can figure some things out as this thing goes along. So Seth Cole's going to end up at the end of the field. I think everyone will still remain on the lead lap here. See if the pace car lights go off here. Of course, Tristan Allen is back in race control this week. It was Carter Friesen last weekend. And that's why we had the issue with Tyler Mallon winning the race when he shouldn't have. But with Tristan Allen not in the event and controlling the cautions, I think everything should be pretty well organized for tonight's event. So you got me and we got Tristan watching things out there on the racetrack, so it should be a good one here at Las Vegas. So hopefully things will settle in here. These guys are obviously very loose, so I don't know how many laps are going to be able to go. It looks like Roger Ray is going to take an EOL penalty, as I think he's fallen to the end of the field. Gardner and Seth Cole will pass him, and they're all still lining up here for the restart. Cole Baker has led every lap so far here tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, so he'll get some bonus points for that. Tyler Mallon is second. Carter Friesen, Rob Evans, Andrew Miller. Preston Plord looks like he's coming back down the pit lane here. I don't know if there's an issue or not, or if he's letting Seth Cole by. Nope, he just turned down a little early, so I think everyone's still kind of lining up back here. Seth Cole, Johnny Gardner, and Roger Ray round out the entire field, and Plord is coming down. Actually, I think he's going to the end of the line. Yep. So EOL for Preston Plord as well. Pace car is pulled off. Here we go for lap 6 of 54 at Las Vegas. Cole Baker leads the field in the Coca-Cola Cup Series, and Mallon right to the outside. Will he get the run on the outside lane? We know it's very loose up there. Baker hit the apron. Baker's going around. Boy. And the yellow will fly once again. Race back to the line. Preston Plord and Roger Ray getting into each other. Off of turn number 4, Tyler Mallon will win the race back with Carter Friesen and Rob Evans. Seth Cole will be 4th. Johnny Gardner will be 5th. Andrew Miller might get around him here, and he will. So Miller will be 5th. Gardner will be 6th. Roger Ray will be 7th. Cole Baker hit the apron, spun around. He'll be 8th, and then Preston Plord will be 9th. He ran into Roger Ray as they were racing back to the line. Okay, then. And Preston Plord going around again. I don't know how many of these guys have good setups on their race cars. 2 guys have yet to spin. Tyler Mallon and Carter Friesen, and Andrew Miller just gotten caught up in things, so those 3 guys have kept it together pretty well. But as for the rest of the field, it's been loosey-goosey out there here at Las Vegas. So they're going to stay out. We're going to go ahead and see what happened to... Well, we saw what happened to Cole Baker, but we'll go ahead and show you guys again. Number 18 with an issue, and this was coming off the restart. Mallon got the run to the outside of him. And the 18... ended up trying to cut down, hit the apron, and that apron's pretty loose right there, and he just spun around, and Miller ended up hitting the outside wall right there. And Roger Ray tried to avoid him, came back up, hit the outside wall, came down on Preston Plord. That's what happened to those guys. So, that's where we stand right now. Thankfully the damage is set to moderate, I do believe. At least. Well, yeah, it probably has to be, because it's either off, it's at moderate, or it's at full, so we'll have to see how it all goes down tonight, if we can even get a full lap under green. Rob Evans is appearing to come down the pit lane. Tyler Mallon, Carter Friesen look good to go. Friesen fakes out Seth Cole. Nope. Tried to fake Seth Cole out, didn't do so. Johnny Gardner's coming down, Preston Plord's coming down, Roger Ray and Andrew Miller will stay out, Cole Baker will stay out as well. So Tyler Mallon hanging on to the lead. He'll get some laps led here, and I do believe there are bonus points for laps led in this series, so that might put Tyler Mallon past Andrew Miller in the points standings. We'll have to see as it goes along. Carter Friesen and Seth Cole are side by side right there. Not entirely sure why, but Gardner's down the pit lane. Rob Evans will win the race off of those guys. Looks like Gardner's taking 4 tires. Preston Plord also taking 4 tires, and they've spun around a great deal in this one. So understandably, they will be coming down for fresh Goodyears. Roger Ray looks like he is going to go to the end of the line here. But online racing have a lot of things that go on. Cautions, I do believe, are manual. Tristan is the one in control of those. There are also EOL penalties. Those mean end-of-line penalties. So, say you speed on the pit lane or you cause an accident. That means on the next restart, you must go to the end of the longest line. And, of course, since it's single-file restarts in this series, it's simply just the end of the line. And we'll probably see those penalties get enforced once we come back around next time. The lights should go out here, and they will. Mallon still leads, Carter Friesen. Cole Baker will end up in third after all this because he stayed out during that entire caution period. We've had 2 laps under green so far in this race out of the 10 that have been run so far, or will be run when we cross the line next time by. Rob Evans will be 4th. Preston Plord is 5th. I do not know if any of these guys will get EOL penalties or not, but we'll figure that out once they hit turn 3. So the 2 winners so far have been Tristan Allen and Andrew Miller. And Tristan Allen only raced in the first race, as he is race control for this series, so he will not be participating in the rest of the season. So Andrew Miller, basically the only full-time guy with a win so far, but Tyler Mallon is definitely one of those guys you got to watch out for. Last Wednesday night, Net Zero finale, where Andrew Miller won the championship. Tyler Mallon got the victory in that event. And I was in that race too. I overshot my pit box because I wasn't paying attention. And sorry, Carter, but I actually didn't affect him, so it was fine. It was cool running up with those guys. I was actually in a draft with Tyler Mallon and Carter Friesen during the first set of pit stops of that race. Unfortunately, overshot the pit stall, but hey, we'll see what happens. Wednesday night, I'll be in the IBOS race, so looking forward to doing that. Green flag back in the air at Las Vegas. Mallon leads the field, and again an issue. Rob Evans spun around, and the caution's out again. So, Friesen's going to go to the point here on Tyler Mallon. Cole Baker's looking fast in the 18. Now, if this were an offline race, I would have shut my computer off and gone to bed. But it's not my choice. It's an online race, and they're going with it. At the line, ooh, you got to be careful. Cole Baker wins the race back ahead of Tyler Mallon, but Carter Friesen's now the leader in the number 85. Rob Evans and Preston Plord. Thankfully, we haven't really had any ARCA breaks in this race. I mean, we only have 9 guys in the field, so Rob Evans must have spun the tires on the restart. We'll see what ensued on this third caution of the race at Las Vegas. And I think Preston Plord... Oh, wow. Evans had an issue. Plord tried to get to the inside, and he got right into Evans. And, yeah, we got to keep everybody in the draft. So that's why they're calling the caution out again. But some of the best racing we've seen in this race right here between Carter Friesen and Tyler Mallon. And even this between Cole Baker and Tyler Mallon. Baker really raced the 43 hard coming to the line. And he was able to edge out the 43. Mallon tapped him a little bit. But they were able to keep it together. After all that, Andrew Miller is now back to the 4th position. 5th place right now is Johnny Gardner. Seth Cole is 6th. It shows Roger Ray in 7th, but he came down the pit lane. Same with Rob Evans. Preston Plord finishing, or currently running, I should say, in the 7th position behind Seth Cole. With all these cautions, we should not have an issue with fuel mileage, but you never know. I mean, we did the Talladega race. The end of that was pretty clean, for the most part. Second half of the race probably only had 3 cautions compared to the 10 that we had in the first half. So as the race goes along, they get better at it and can go green. But this is a much shorter race than the Talladega race was a couple Wednesdays ago, so they might not get the time to figure it out here tonight. Carter Friesen will come down, giving way to Cole Baker. Mallon's also going to come down. It's going to be the first stops for those guys, so Mallon's going to fake him out. Andrew Miller also coming down the pit lane in the number 19. Getting some fuel right there. So it's back to being Cole Baker and Tyler Mallon, the top 2. Gardner, Seth Cole, and Roger Ray, the top 5 now. They just keep on switching positions here at Las Vegas. So Friesen down with the number 19. And they'll could probably go to the end of the field, given that these guys now come down in the next couple of laps. The pit road's always open here at Las Vegas, so these guys can come in at any time throughout the race if they like to, and it looks like Rob Evans has called it a day. So Evans is going to be out of the race. He will officially finish in the last position, in 9th. So we're now down to 8 drivers in the event. Cole Baker, Tyler Mallon, Johnny Gardner, Seth Cole, Roger Ray, Carter Friesen, Andrew Miller, and Preston Plord, who's had his fair share of spins and wrecks tonight. Yeah, we got about 40 laps to go here at Las Vegas as well. 24 machine, only guy with significant damage out there, so we'll have to see what Preston Plord can do as this race goes along. Looks like Cole Baker will stay out here. Same with Tyler Mallon, Johnny Gardner, Seth Cole. They look to all be good to go. And I'd expect the pace car lights to go out this time, so that maybe we can finally get some green flag racing in here tonight. Get what these fans who came here deserve. A good race at Las Vegas. And this is definitely one of my favorite, when we do offline races, one of my favorite racetracks to go to. We had a blast of a race in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series back in March between John Stewart and Isaac Nichols. They changed positions for the top spot a couple times in the final lap. They were coming to the checkered flag, and John Stewart got his first career win. Now, with the way this racetrack is, the way these guys are handling here tonight, we might see something very similar. Cole Baker leads as they are coming to the green flag for the 3rd restart of the event. We have raced officially 3 laps under green, 12 under caution, and they're still trying to figure it out here. I think Seth Cole and the one of Johnny Gardner are trying to decide where they're going to file in. I think they figured it out right there. Doesn't look like we have any EOL penalties. It looks like the 24 will be the last guy on the lead lap. Everybody except for Rob Evans, who has retired, is on the lead lap. We're ready to get back to racing, and hopefully this time we can stay that way. Cole Baker in the number 18. Remember, he ended up hitting the apron after the first restart, spun the 18 around. We'll have to see if Mallon tries to go to the outside this time. I don't think he will after what happened there. Mallon with a bit of an issue. He did not get the jump, and Gardner is going to go around him as Cole Baker pulls away in the 18. Side by side for second. Tyler Mallon, Johnny Gardner. It's a good battle right there. Seth Cole's here. Mallon's gonna save it. No, Friesen right into him. And down the backstretch, Carter Friesen and Tyler Mallon around. Cole Baker in the outside wall significantly. They're all gonna pass him for the lead. At the line, it will be Seth Cole in the 25. You know, we might not have had a lot of green flag laps in this race, but each one has been excellent. Very entertaining. This is unbelievable. These are professional guys. I'll say professional because I've raced with these guys before. They are very good drivers, and they can't even handle this racetrack. Driving on ice here tonight. Mallon just spun it around. He was battling with Johnny Gardner. He was on the inside. A thing spun. He tried to save it, and he almost did, but Carter Friesen could not avoid him in the 85. That's what brought out the caution. And then Cole Baker overshot turns 3 and 4, and that allowed Seth Cole and Johnny Gardner to dive to the inside, battle for the lead, and at the line, Seth Cole back where he started in this thing, in the first position. Like I said, if this was an offline race, I'd be redoing it and setting the strength down, but hey, you know what? I'm just going along with it. It's a very, very unique race here tonight at Las Vegas. We'll check in with Tyler Mallon, and he's in the pit lane, and I think, too, he has been on those tires for quite a while. That might have been part of the issue. I know Johnny Gardner has probably switched his tires out at least once in this race. I do remember him doing so earlier in the event. We'll see here with 43, and he just spins this thing around as he's battling for second with Johnny Gardner. Right there, he had to brake check it. He felt getting loose. He actually saved it, but Friesen could not avoid him. And thus they both go around. And then Cole Baker just overshoots the corner. He gets out of the groove into the marbles. Johnny Gardner slides up the racetrack. He was a leader there for a second, but Seth Cole at the line edges him out. And our pole sitters back to the point here at Vegas. So we'll have to see if he can get the win here tonight. Honestly, anyone can still win who's still in this race. Maybe with the exception of Preston Plort. He does have a high amount of damage on the race car. He does seem to be struggling out there in the 24 machine. Either way, there's the number 19, Andrew Miller, our last winner here in the Coca-Cola Cup Series. It's going to be kind of tough defending that win. So that's Tyler Mallon. So that effectively means everyone spun. I mean, Roger Ray's got a good setup. I don't think he spun on his own. Cole Baker and Tyler Mallon both have. They're two of the best guys out here, and they both did that. Seth Cole spun around on the first lap as he was the leader. We saw that happen. I think Johnny Gardner just got into him. I don't think Gardner spun around on his own. I don't think Miller spun around on his own either, but they're the only three who have yet to spin out by themselves in this event. There's Carter Friesen in the 85. We'll go to the end of the line here. Seth Cole content with staying out front right now. Doesn't appear he's going to be coming down anytime soon. We should be getting these pace car lights shut off for the fourth time, for our fourth restart of the race. We're already under our fourth caution. We've raced 4 laps under green. We have yet to complete a lap without a yellow. So it's getting wild out there. But hey, we're here. We're here all night if we have to be here all night. I got my Acadia natural spring water. I'll be good. Don't worry. That's about all I can drink after I went to the dentist 2 hours ago. Well, we're back in position to restart. Seth Cole, the leader. Johnny Gardner, second. Roger Ray, Cole Baker, Tyler Mallon, Preston Plort, Andrew Miller, and Carter Friesen's going to top off here. Yep. Just a little bit of fuel for the 85. As he'll go to the end of the field. Oh, Roger Ray spun around. I think they might be administering EOL penalties here. And I think Roger Ray was not expecting Cole Baker to fall to the back like he did. Miller's going to go to the back here. Don't know if he's out of fuel or not. I don't think he is. I think he's waiting for Cole Baker to get back in line. And I'm wondering if there was a bit of a brake check there while we were not paying attention, and that caused Cole Baker to go around with Roger Ray. But either way, they're ready to get back going here. It's definitely a wild one. We'll see if we can get a lap under green. If we can do that, I say this night is successful. Seth Cole, the pole sitter, back out front in Las Vegas. Pace car is back down the pit lane. The fourth restart of the night. He didn't get going. Gardner had to brake check it. Roger Ray had to slow it down. Cole Baker, he didn't get going there. Seth Cole's going to pull away. Mallon to second. He gets around Johnny Gardner. And miraculously, everyone gets through the corner. Oh, but this is a little tight for second. Tyler Mallon to the inside of Johnny Gardner. Cole Baker, they're kind of high on the racetrack right there. They avoid the wall. And we get the lap in. First green flag lap completed here tonight without a yellow. Roger Ray to the inside of Cole Baker. Baker is tight. He's overshooting that wall just a little bit. Trying to stay side by side with the 51. Andrew Miller behind all this. Carter Friesen there in the 85. They're trying to get around Johnny Gardner. Gardner currently runs in the third position. Baker's been trying to run this outside lane, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. Remaining side by side, hit the outside wall right there. He is going to fall back as he tapped it significantly. So Baker out of the equation right now. Seth Cole still out front by a second ahead of Tyler Mallon. Roger Ray now third. Andrew Miller fourth. Carter Friesen. Gardner is glitching out there. We didn't see him, but there he is in the one. Oh, this could be a bit of an issue for some guys. Because he went right out right there, as you could see. Seth Cole still out front. Mallon trying to close in on the 25. We'll see what the difference is this time. Oh yeah, Mallon's fast. He's closing in on the 25 here. Roger Ray, Andrew Miller, right behind those guys. Only about 2 seconds off the leader. The 85 machine is now 5th. Johnny Gardner definitely with an issue on his connection, and he's fallen back. Even Cole Baker has surpassed him. And you can see here that Tyler Mallon is closing in fast on Seth Cole. Great to get some racing in here tonight at Las Vegas. It's good racing. Somebody went out to the outside wall, and that was Preston Plord. He was at the end of the field. And the yellow's back out. So our 5th caution of the race because of Preston Plord. He went around again. Battle for the lead. Tyler Mallon has closed up to Seth Cole to the inside. He goes. Seth Cole will give him the room. And he'll give him the lead. Tyler Mallon takes it back as they race back to the line. Lap 26 of 54. Mallon is back out front here at Las Vegas. So Mallon, Seth Cole, Roger Ray, Andrew Miller, Carter Friesen, Cole Baker, and that is Johnny Gardner in the 1, who is currently 7th. Preston Plord now a lap down after he spun out. We'll quickly show what happened to him here. But it was enough to warrant a caution here for the 5th time today at Las Vegas. If this rate keeps up, we'll have 10 cautions here tonight. Right there, 24 just loses it entering turn 1. We went 5 laps. It was our longest green flag run of the night. 5 laps long. This was the race back to the line between Tyler Mallon and Seth Cole. A very, very great battle. Cole slid up the racetrack just slightly. And the Cheerios died to the inside, taking it away on lap 25. Mallon back out front here at Las Vegas. So back to the live cam. And it looks like Seth Cole stayed out there. Mallon decided to come down. Cole Baker is down. Roger Ray is down. And Johnny Gardner is down. Mallon will win the race off of those guys. As Seth Cole is now back out front here at Las Vegas. Next time by, we will be halfway here in the American Stock Car Racing League Coca-Cola Cup Series race from the Vegas Motor Speedway. Andrew Miller might be one of the few guys who has yet to lead a lap in this race. Him and Preston Plord, I think, are the only two. Actually, you know what? Roger Ray and Johnny Gardner have failed to lead a lap, too. I think we've only had 4 different leaders. What am I talking about? The 4 leaders have been Seth Cole, Cole Baker, Carter Friesen, and Tyler Mallon. Miller, I know, is very, very capable of leading this race. He's going to come down the pit lane here with Carter Friesen. So Seth Cole's going to be the only guy. I think they're probably going to give the free pass to Preston Plord here. I don't quite know. He's definitely had his fair share of issues here tonight. Definitely has had the struggle here tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. The biggest struggle. He's spun around. He's been involved in pretty much all 5 of our cautions here tonight at Las Vegas. And as you can see, that 24 machine's pretty well torn up. Seth Cole continuing to lead. I don't know what they're going to do with Preston Plord here. Of course, the pace car lights are still on. Andrew Miller will win the race off ahead of Carter Friesen at the back of the field right there. And I'm thinking that Johnny Gardner's going to let everybody ahead of him because of his lag issue. We saw it happen. He was popping out quite a bit there. We'll see if Seth Cole comes down here. He was the only guy, other than Preston Plord, to not come down under this caution. And considering how these guys have been spinning around the way they have been, I'm assuming that tires are a high priority in this event. But it looks like Seth Cole's going to ride it out here and try to remain out front. Nope. Just when you think I'm wrong. So that will hand the lead back over to Tyler Mallon, who did officially win the race back to the line. I'm wondering what the strategy is on Seth Cole's part. Might have been trying to wait to past halfway, maybe a little bit of a fuel game for the 25. And as Tristan has said, the tires are very cold here. So they're trying to warm them up as much as they can, and that has been the issue here tonight. Cold tires. This does not work out for these guys. Got to get some heat in them, and hopefully the longer of a run we get, the longer of the run it stays. Because warmer the tires, better the grip. So we'll have to see what Seth Cole can do in the 25, as he will go to the end of the field. Preston Plord's going to get his lap back. He's going to get the lucky dog. And he will be 8th back on the lead lap. Seth Cole will be 7th. Johnny Gardner will be 6th. Carter Friesen 5th. Andrew Miller 4th. Cole Baker 3rd. Roger Ray in the 2nd position. And Tyler Mallon in the lead. Going to restart lap 30 of 54. We're past halfway. The tires have been very cold tonight. They've had a lot of issues on the first few laps of these restarts. The first 4 cautions all happened on the lap of the restart. Longest green flag run of the night, I believe, has been 4 laps. So we'll have to see what Tyler Mallon, Roger Ray, Cole Baker can do. Green flag back in the air at Vegas. Baker spun it. Baker being passed by Andrew Miller on the outside. Might want to watch for a double wide battle here. You never know when one of these guys could spin. Oh boy, 3 wide. Seth Cole coming right through the field at 25 is pretty fast right now. And Roger Ray has gotten around Tyler Mallon. We were focusing back in there. Didn't want a caution to happen and us miss it. Well, we missed a lead change. And Roger Ray's going to get a lap led here tonight at Las Vegas. Great run for the 51. And around hard in the outside. Cole Baker in the 18. And Preston Plord's around again. Seth Cole also went around. We saw the great run he had there on that restart. I gotta be honest with you, the only guy I've yet to see spin out at this point now, well, one of the few. Roger Ray, Andrew Miller, and Carter Friesen, they've all kept it together very well in this race. I will say that. And Roger Ray is the leader in the number 51. We got 2 laps in that time. We're starting to get a little better here. But by the time they figure it out, it's going to be kind of late in the event, and we'll be done. We're only on lap 32 of 54, but these laps are closing in fast. Seth Cole went around. Cole Baker hit the outside wall significantly hard. I don't know if that's going to be enough damage to knock him out or what. You have it set to moderate damage, so hits like that will not take these guys out, per se. But you never know. If all the issues Cole Baker has had tonight, he might be done. We'll go ahead and see what happened to him. And it occurred... Well, he spun around again, actually. He's been riding that outside quite a bit in this thing, and he came down. Wow, he did not know Seth Cole was there, and that was not because of cold tires. That was a racing incident. First time tonight we've seen that. Most of these issues have been because somebody's just spun out on their own, but that one right there was not the case. And that might be why we saw Seth Cole go around ahead of him there. He might have just spun it on his own. Oh, wow, no. Oh, boy, another racing issue right there. Johnny Gardner. Roger Ray, the leader. I don't know if you want to get new tires anymore. So, you know, the tires might not be an issue now. Both of those incidents were just racing incidents. So, very, very fascinating what we're seeing out there. These guys are bumping around a little bit. Yo. I think Seth Cole's trying to come down the pit lane, and Andrew Miller was to his inside right there. So Cole Baker got spun off. He did not have Seth Cole cleared, and that's why we're under the 6th caution of the event here at Las Vegas. Going to be 20 laps to go next time by. We'll have at least 2 more laps under caution here. Roger Ray continuing to lead the field in the number 51. So far, Roger Ray Tyler Mallon, Cole Baker, Seth Cole, and Carter Friesen have led laps tonight. I do believe they all get bonus points for that. Tyler Mallon going to be second on this restart. Andrew Miller, I think of all the guys so far who have yet to lead a lap, he's probably the biggest surprise, because he definitely knows what he's doing out there. We've seen the issues with Preston Plord here tonight. He's having a hard time with those tires. Johnny Gardner, I think, might end up a lap down. Cole Baker also ended up a lap down. I'm wondering if they're going to get the lap back to Cole Baker. I do know that Johnny Gardner would be at fault with Seth Cole, and Cole Baker would probably be at fault for the other accident, so they'll at least get EOLs, but I don't know if they'll get the lucky dog, so we'll have to figure that out. Lap 34 of 54. It's going to be 20 to go this time. Roger Ray faking them out. So is Tyler Mallon. Been a lot of that in this event here tonight. Playing a little strategy game, these drivers are. Lights you go out this time for a 6th restart of the event. It's going to be with 19 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Don't believe they're going to give the lap back to Cole Baker, since he was at fault. That might take him out of getting the lucky dog. The same can be said for the number 1 at Johnny Gardner. I feel bad for Seth Cole right there. Carter Friesen's now spinning around. That's pretty much every driver's gotten into Seth Cole so far in this race, including himself. But Gardner came up on Seth Cole. I know that one's Gardner's fault. I know Cole Baker did not have Seth Cole cleared. And they probably gave Cole Baker the fault on that incident, so that is why Cole Baker and Johnny Gardner are going to fall a lap down, because they're ineligible for the lucky dog because of that. I know Johnny Gardner was coming off the pit lane, so he was already a lap down. That was at his choice. Cole Baker had to repair the damage as he hit the outside wall rather significantly, and that is why he went a lap down to repair the damage. So we'll end up with 6 guys on the lead lap here. Pace car lights are off. They're trying to figure it out. Carter Friesen spun the 25 around there, so that was the issue of those guys. I think we're ready to get back to racing. Roger Ray, I think, of all these guys, has had the cleanest race so far, for the most part. They've all been involved in something here tonight, and we might get something here. Mallon with a great run on the outside. Side by side for the lead. Andrew Miller's right back here as well. Watch out for him. Roger Ray to the inside, trying to get the clearance on the 43, unable to do so. Cole Baker was given his lap back, so he is now 4th. Cole is 5th. Oh boy, look at this. And around. Great save there by Tyler Mallon, but he's going to lose a lot of ground. Roger Ray now out front here in Las Vegas. Andrew Miller, Cole Baker, Seth Cole. Mallon will fall to 6th. He falls behind Carter Friesen. Great save by Tyler Mallon there in the number 43. The second time he has saved that thing from going around. Such a very loose racetrack. The tires are still cold. They have not been able to get a lot of green flag laps in them. And it's just difficult for these guys to even keep control of their race cars. But Roger Ray's been doing a great job of that here tonight. He continues to lead lap 38 of 54 now. Andrew Miller 2nd. Cole Baker looks like he might have a challenge from Seth Cole. 25 drafting off the 18. He might dive it to the inside of 3. He might not have to. Cole Baker's just going to go high anyway. They're starting to close in here. They're starting to close in on Preston Plord. This is going to be a bit of an issue. Plord with his issues. See the damage on that machine. Hopefully he'll get out of the way. Enough. And he hits the outside wall, but he will get out of the way of the 4 leaders. To the inside for 3rd, Seth Cole on Cole Baker. Not able to get the run there. Tyler Mallon's gotten around Carter Friesen for the 5th position. Mallon's going to have a lot of ground to make up here if he's going to have a shot at the lead. Look at Cole Baker, man. He is hitting that outside. It's really, really good. Well, not really good. He did hit the outside wall there. And again, Preston Plord. My goodness, he had a double hat trick at this point. I'd call it a day if I were Preston Plord. I just would. They might tell him to get off now. I don't know. Roger Ray did a great job there holding off Andrew Miller and those guys. Cole Baker able to hold off Seth Cole. They were all within a second of each other, the top four were. So that was a great battle out of those guys. Tyler Mallon's going to get back in this thing. And I don't even think he was out of it either way. I think he's the best guy in the field. I think he's got the best car. I think he's going to be able to win this race. But with the way this thing has been going on, I don't know. They're going to come down the pit lane here. These guys might not be clear on fuel either. And I don't know. I think Preston Floor needs to call it a day because that's the second caution he's caused by himself. These guys have been racing. Johnny Gardner's also a lap down. They both had their fair share of issues. So 6 guys on the lead lap. These 4 stayed out. Roger Ray, Andrew Miller, Seth Cole. The 85 machine of Carter Friesen is now 4th. You see Tyler Mallon and Cole Baker down the pit lane. They are both taking 4 sets of Mr. Feelgoods, but they're not really feeling too good tonight because cold tires have been a huge issue, so maybe we shouldn't call them good old DW terms. But either way, these guys probably are not going to change tires. I wouldn't expect them to do so. I don't know what the fuel situation is for these guys, but I'm assuming they're probably going to have to make another stop before this race is over on gas. I think you'll want to keep your tires in this one because warm tires have been an advantage. They keep you from spinning out. If you got those cold tires, it's like driving on ice. Seth Cole's going to come down from the 3rd position. Remember, Roger Ray almost won it in Michigan. The first race of the season 2 weeks ago. He almost found a way around Tristan Allen for the win, but couldn't do so. And Roger Ray is definitely one of the more solid drivers I've seen in the few races I've done. I've raced with him, and I've commentated races with him in it. And I've never seen him win. I don't know if he's ever won before, but tonight might be his night here at Las Vegas. He did a really good job in those few green flag laps we had right there. Got Andrew Miller behind him. I think they're about the same on the skill set. Seth Cole, he is 3rd now. He did not come down the pit lane. He's just trying to keep those tires warm, I think. That's why you see him swerving back and forth. Carter Friesen, Cole Baker, Tyler Mallon. They gave Johnny Gardner's lap back. I think he actually got the free pass. So that's why you see Johnny Gardner there. Actually, yeah. Preston Plord's still a lap down. Johnny Gardner is back on the lead lap in the number 1 machine. They're trying to keep their tires warm so much that they keep on spinning out trying to do so. And, they're trying to keep it together. I mean, Roger Ray and Andrew Miller are just sitting there, so they're not thinking about how warm their tires are, but everybody behind them, that they are majorly concerned with that, and we'll have to see if they have an advantage on this restart. The light should go out this time. That'll give us 11 laps to go when we take the green flag for the 7th restart of the event. Roger Ray, the leader, in the number 51. Andrew Miller, 2nd. Seth Cole, 3rd. Carter Friesen, Cole Baker, Tyler Mallon, Preston Plord a lap down. Johnny Gardner in 7th. Rob Evans in the number 8. Was in the race earlier and has since retired from the event. 7 guys on the lead lap. And I think all 7 of them might still have a shot at the victory. I think Carter Friesen and Johnny Gardner might not have the cars to win this race, but the other 5 do. And hopefully, just hopefully, we can race this thing out to the end. It would be our longest green flag run of the night if we were to do so. We still got room for at least another caution, another restart if it does occur. Or we get another caution. It has to happen early enough. It's within 4 laps to go. Don't believe we're going to get back to racing. So, Roger Ray, Andrew Miller, top 2 on the restart. Going to be 11 laps to go at Las Vegas. Let's see who gets it done. in the Coca-Cola Cup Series race number 3. Will Miller go 2 in a row? Seth Cole did not get going, so it's a battle between Miller and Ray for the lead. And Tyler Mallon's not wasting any time. Right to the inside of Carter Friesen and Johnny Gardner. Make sure everybody keeps it clean. They do. Andrew Miller on the outside, trying to get a run on the 51. Seth Cole is 3rd. Tyler Mallon 4th. Carter Friesen 5th. Gardner. Cole Baker back in there. Battle for the lead. Roger Ray and Andrew Miller. Miller closing in. Mallon for 3rd on Seth Cole. Miller's going to stay behind the 51 as of now. Mallon going to push Seth Cole out of the way. He is now in the 3rd position. Wants some redemption after last week. Had the race won, he thought, but they took it away from him. Gave him an EOL penalty at the end of the race, which handed the win over to Andrew Miller. Seth Cole on the outside. Carter Friesen looking to the inside for 4th. Seth Cole definitely having some struggles out there in the wall. Goes Johnny Gardner. But we're still good to go. And here comes that 43 machine. I said he's the guy I expect to win this race. I think he has the strongest car. He's to the inside of Andrew Miller for 2nd. Will he find a way around Roger Ray? Miller is an easy target for him. The 51 holding on for now, but Mallon's all over his back bumper. He got him a little loose to the inside. And they're going to be side by side on lap 47 for the lead. Roger Ray on the outside lane. Won't get at the stick. And goodbye. Tyler Mallon takes it away on lap 47. I think he restarted in 5th or 6th. And just a few laps. He's the leader here in Las Vegas. Tyler Mallon is a wheel man, I can tell you that much. In the outside, just a little bit went Roger Ray. Miller's still trying to find a way around him. Carter Friesen runs 4th. Seth Cole, Cole Baker, Johnny Gardner. That's the top 7, the only guys on the lead lap. And Mallon's pulling away from Roger Ray. Number 43 holding on to the lead and pulling away from the 51. As these 3 guys close in. Carter Friesen looking a little fast in the 85. As he tries to close in on the 19 in the 51 machine. Andrew Miller, he wants to get around this 51. As they battle for 2nd, Tyler Mallon pulls away, and we're going to be 5 laps to go next time by, and there we go. Miller's got it on Roger Ray. Will Andrew Miller have anything for Tyler Mallon? We're just going to have to see. Back to the inside, Roger Ray. They're crossing over for 2nd. That's exactly what Tyler Mallon wants to see. And he gained about half a second that last lap with those guys battling. Roger Ray takes it back. Oh, but he ended up overshooting the corner. And Miller's back to the inside. This race is on for 2nd. Carter Friesen's also here in the 85. Miller unable to make it stick, and Roger Ray remains in 2nd. I think if Miller can get around the 51, he might have a shot on Mallon, but then again, I think Mallon's is too far ahead. Tyler Mallon now with a 1.8 second lead on the field. That is the largest lead we have seen all night out of anybody. And let me tell you, Tyler Mallon's just hard to beat in that number 43. Miller's going to try again to the inside of Roger Ray. A great battle between these guys for 2nd. 19 trying to make it stick. Got into the 51. Roger Ray on the outside. Wall and around goes Roger Ray. That's the first time all night we've seen him do that. Gardner right into him. Heartbreak for the 51. Unbelievable right there. That's going to end the race. Tyler Mallon in the 43. Only unless they throw a quick yellow. I don't think that's going to happen. Miller at fault on that one. He pushed in the Roger Ray. He's going to get an EOL for that one. That'll put Carter Friesen in 2nd. And Mallon just got a lot easier for him. And I do not believe they're going to do a quickie. The lights would have to go out next time by if we were to have a 1-lap dash. I do believe Tristan is in control of it. So we'll have to see if he does call it 1 lap to go this time. Lights stay on. So my assumption is that that will be the end of the race. Actually, you know what? The lights had to go out right there in order for us to have a one-lap dash, because we're taking the white flag next time by. And I think Andrew Miller just decided to call it a day, because that was, in fact, his fault on the 51. And Roger Ray went around right there for the 8th caution in 54 laps. We had more laps under caution than we did under green here tonight. Seth Cole will probably finish in the 3rd position. Looks like they might be giving an EOL to Cole Baker. No, they are still warming up their tires, so I don't know what the deal is with that. They might be trying to go back to green here. It would have to be this time if they're doing so. We'll see. I don't think they're going to do so, and I think Tyler Mellon's going to get the win. Of course, the game made in 2003, back when NASCAR did not have overtime. And that's probably going to be it right there. They're taking the white flag under caution right here. Wild night here at Las Vegas, either way. And will be Tyler Mellon in victory lane, given that he does not spin out or wreck. I don't know how you can do that under caution. Of course, with how this race has gone, I wouldn't be surprised by it. Carter Friesen will finish 2nd. I think that's a pretty good run for him. I mean, we've seen a lot out of these guys here tonight. Carter Friesen's been one of those guys, for the most part, in the back of the field for this one, but he's going to get 2nd. Seth Cole will finish in the 3rd position. Cole Baker had his fair share of issues here tonight. Roger Ray will finish 5th after all, but that's a tough break for him because he was probably going to finish either 2nd or 3rd in this race. And because Andrew Miller got into him, spun that 51 around, he's going to fall back to 5th. Johnny Gardner will get 6th. Preston Plord will finish 7th. Andrew Miller apparently not happy with himself on that one. He'll end up finishing 8th. That'll hurt him in the points. And then Rob Evans retired from the race earlier on. Well, Tyler Mellon, the guy I picked to win as this thing was going along, is going to get it, and he was a rocket ship in that 43 machine. He'll finally get that redemption after what happened to him at Rockingham last week. Tyler Mellon wins at Las Vegas. I think he better have. Yeah, they did officially cross in their respective positions there. But Tyler Mellon, the winner here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. After a wild race at Las Vegas, ending under caution as Roger Ray got spun around off of Andrew Miller. And Miller not happy with himself there as he did take himself out of the race because of that incident. But Tyler Mellon, he's going to burn it down here from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And with that, he will take the points lead from Andrew Miller and Roger Ray. Mellon's definitely the guy to beat in this championship, and Preston Plord, I don't know what that was. Was a congratulatory bump, or I'm mad at you. Carter Friesen's also mad at him, but he's mad at everybody. But he's gonna burn it down. Sarchinoko fueling victories. Tyler Mellon, the winner here tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He spun around a couple times, but he had a couple massively great saves on that race car. He had this figured out tonight. There was just no stopping that Cheerios machine. It took a while before he officially took the lead for the final time, but he was able to get it done. And burning it down here at Las Vegas is the 43 machine. That's how they line up officially. Tyler Mellon, Carter Friesen, Seth Cole, Cole Baker, Roger Ray, Johnny Gardner, Preston Plord, Andrew Miller, and Rob Evans. The official standings in tonight's event. I have a lot to say about the looseness of these race cars here tonight. I'll tell you that much. They're not going to be too happy about it, but I think Tyler Mellon finally figured it out. A lot of these guys did finally figure it out. They finally got some heat in those tires, and that made for a very exciting race near the end. And it was a great battle for second between Roger Ray and Andrew Miller. And unfortunately, it did not result in a pretty sight, and they're going to finish 5th and 8th respectively after that. Carter Freeze and Seth Cole get 2nd and 3rd in tonight's event. We're waiting for Tyler Mountain to join us here and give him the victory lane interview. I think he's trying to drive the victory lane. As you can see, he's in the middle of the racetrack right now. I'll go ahead and export this out so that we have it just for reference. Just in case somebody else forgets about it, because that's kind of important. But we'll also save the replay here. But Tyler Mallon getting some redemption after last week, and they took the win away from him at Rockingham. And just a very good drive by the 43 on this one. He was able to hold on, and right there on that last restart, it was intense. He drove from midway through the field to the front, just a few laps. He was considerably faster than the rest of the field. And Tyler Mallon, the winner in Las Vegas, feels good after what happened last week, doesn't it?
That's not me.
Oh, wow. We have Andrew Miller instead. They don't tell me anything, just to let you know. But Andrew Miller is instead the guy that we're interviewing right now. So you got him the Rosary there at the end. I'm assuming that's not how you wanted that deal to go with him, is it?
Pardon?
You got in the Rosary near the end of that race. I'm assuming that's not how you wanted that one to go.
No. I would. Oh my gosh! You asked those guys. I was furious at myself. That's why I parked it. That was not Tristan telling me to park it. That was me. I just, man. I hate it whenever I mess up someone else's day. That's all there really is to it. But hey, I mean, let's see. I finished 8th, 1st, and 8th, I think, in this series so far. It is what it is. I mean, I'm already starting to cool down a little bit. I've still got another race tonight, so should be, we'll be all right. A plate race next week, so.
Yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes, and You and Roger had a really good battle for second there near the end, and I was kind of hoping it would stay to the end of the race, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. But either way, still, I'll talk about just how loose those race cars were, and I think you were one of the guys who actually didn't spin out, but how hard was it to drive on that racetrack tonight?
I mean, you had to get a setup that was right on the edge just to be able to keep up with some of these guys, because my goodness, were they, wow. They were loose, but especially on cold tires, on restarts, that was always the most interesting portion of it. But I mean, hey, I still had fun, and I mean, I think that's the same version we'll be using for IBOS. So it was all right.
Yeah. Well, anyways, good luck on the race later tonight, and hopefully he'll rebound from this next week here in the Coca-Cola Cup Series.
Thank you very much, man. I'll maybe go get Tyler here for you.
Okay.
User left your channel.
That was Andrew Miller finishing 8th here tonight, and he parked it himself after he got in the Roger Ray there, definitely taking the blame for the incident. But that's just the way it goes sometimes, and you can tell he was not feeling too good about it. Roger Ray will officially
User was moved
finished in the 5th position, and here is our winner, Tyler Mallon. Bit of redemption from last week, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It was a good race overall. The our 43 Cheerios Dodge was really fast all day, and we just couldn't get it done on the restarts, I guess. That it was really loose on the restarts with those cold tires. I could barely keep the car straight. As I'm sure you saw me almost spin before.
You did actually have 2 very good saves in this race, so that might have been part of why you won this thing. And one thing I'd like to talk about is that last restart, you just blew right through the field. You were obviously the fastest car in the race, and once you finally got those tires to heat up, no one was stopping you, so you were definitely the guy to be here tonight in Las Vegas.
Thanks. That last restart, I kind of spun the tires a little bit, and it angled the car to the left, so I was just kind of forced to pass everyone down there. I wasn't trying to pass everyone down there or anything.
But it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it did work out. I can't
a lot of the
argue with
positions
that.
there and then drove away from Roger Ray and Andrew Miller, and I'm sure you knew what happened between those two at the end of the race. But either way, congratulations on your win. That's the third time I've seen you win a race, so you're pretty good. I can say that much.
Thank you.
But Tyler Mallon, the winner here tonight at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and he will take the points lead away from Andrew Miller after that one. Miller will fall back significantly as he finished 8th in this thing. Roger Ray will fall back a little bit as well. I think Carter Friesen might end up being second in the points after all this. He finished second in the event. Seth Cole finished 3rd, so this point standings are going to look quite different when we come back next weekend. Do you know where that is? Because I never look ahead.
That is at...
It's just right
that
there.
would be at Talladega.
Talladega,
That would be
so
very interesting.
Preston
Plord was... Hold on. Preston Plord was banned permanently from the server by Jessica Shelton.
Okay, well,
that is
that's an
not...
interesting...
Okay.
well, that's none of our business. But either way, hopefully, and I should be able to stream it from Talladega next weekend. That is definitely a fun racetrack. And
definitely. Hopefully that'll put on a good show for
and
everyone.
hopefully you won't wreck every lap there. Shouldn't have an issue with the tires there. But
yeah. I'd even like to see you maybe down in the car next week.
Well, maybe. I will be in tomorrow night's IBOS race, so I'm looking forward to driving that one. So hopefully I won't overshoot the pit stall again, because that's what happened last week.
Oh, that was painful. You were doing so well.
Yeah, I would have spun off the pit lane anyway, but either way...
I know you're going to get a top 5 in the IBOS race. I bet you.
Hopefully I do. I've never done that. I've only finished lead lap once, so we'll just have to see what happens. But either way, congratulations to Tyler Mallon on the victory, and next week we'll have ourselves the race from Talladega in the Coca-Cola Cup Series. So thanks once again to Tristan Allen for putting this on. And that is it for me here tonight from a long night from Las Vegas here in the Coca-Cola Cup Series. Congratulations to Tyler Mallon once again. We'll see you guys next week for Talladega. No run on my offline stuff. We got Chicagoland coming up in the ARCA Series and the Truck Series. So check that out this weekend right here on Napa Fan. Thank you guys very much for watching. And I will see you guys later.